Do you ever feel like there's something holding you back from jumping into starting that little side business, that dream that you may have in your heart of building that online income stream that's going to be a blessing to you and your family? Well, I certainly had that. And I, for years, actually kind of had this desire. I want to start a side business and a bit of extra money would really help me and my family, but I just didn't execute. Well, if you can relate to any of that story, then this is going to be the video for you, because thankfully over time, I had a bit of a revelation that there is a superpower that I am missing in my life that I need to apply. And maybe I'd applied it in other areas of my life, but I needed to apply it to this important area of my beginning journey as an entrepreneur. So, hi, my name is Richard. I'm a pastor here in Hong Kong. I'm an Aussie, Australian, and living here with my wife and 4 amazing kids. And I love to talk about building side businesses and online income streams that are a blessing to our family and a blessing to the things that matter most to us, and do not end up sacrificing our family and those things that really matter most. So why don't you come along on this journey with me? Welcome to my YouTube channel, and let's jump into today's topic, which is very, very unsexy, and it's the topic of commitment. Yes, commitment. I believe commitment is a superpower, and I think it's something that is not really talked much about in school life, and also as we come into the business world. I think that people who can show commitment to things are usually the winners in life. Whether that's a commitment to your faith, a commitment to your partner, a commitment to a goal, commitment really separates the winners from everyone else. I think commitment is kind of like a rocket fuel, where yes, you may have some goal, but you need energy, you need fuel in order to be able to actually get there and achieve something. I think people, when they put their commitment behind a goal, and they just make that commitment, yes, I'm going to start my side business, and I don't care about all the doubts I have about myself, or maybe some negative feedback that other people in my life have said or spoken over me. No, I'm just going to stay committed. These are the people that I find and usually end up with success over time. And I want to be that kind of person, because I think that commitment amplifies whatever we add that power to, that rocket fuel to. So if you're committed to your exercise routine, which I'm not very committed to mine, then you're gonna see the fruit of that in your own life. And I think this is a very unsexy topic. I think that what is a lot more sexy these days is the topic of having options, which is almost like not committing to one thing. It's actually having all this freedom to, I'm going to do this and do this, and actually having options is a huge problem with building a side business, because what we often talk about is having shiny object syndrome. I don't know if you've ever had this kind of thought where you're thinking about some kind of idea, or maybe I could start this type of business, or maybe I could make some money doing this, and this could be a blessing to my family, but every month it's a new thing. Well, hey, that's never going to build anything of significance in your life. There's no commitment there. You got to put some power, some rocket fuel behind that goal, and get focused and laser focus on that thing that's in your heart. Put that commitment behind it. And I love what Jocko says. I don't know if you know who Jocko Willink is. He's a great podcaster, Navy SEAL guy, tough guy, awesome guy, has some great teaching on leadership. And he says that discipline is freedom. And if you really want freedom, if you really want to have options, you actually have options by eliminating your options, because the successful people in life are the ones who end up having the freedom to do what they want. And so for me, in my family, here as a pastor of a church in Hong Kong, the things I want to do is I want to be with my family, build a great family, and I want to build a great church. This is my life calling, okay? The side business thing is really just a support for that goal. So maybe you can relate to some of that, where you've got some things that you're called to. You've got a kind of higher purpose, but you need money to survive, especially in an expensive city like this. And you need that to bring commitment and put it behind that goal that you have of starting that extra business or making some extra money on the side to support your life. Well, hey, you don't need options. You actually need to get committed to something. Maybe that's learning a new skill online. Maybe that's, studying Instagram or Canva, or getting some kind of skill that you can become a freelancer in, and then maybe turn that into a little bit of a business, maybe hire some people to work for you. I don't know, just throwing out ideas here, all right? But all of these things, as we actually get committed and laser focused, yes, we're saying no to all these other options of this idea or that idea, or what, this person said to us or whatever, but we're getting committed, and that's going to end up leading to success, which ultimately brings better options. And it brings the option of freedom. It brings the option of, well, for me, a bit of extra finance means I can be more generous. A bit of extra finance means maybe we can make that international holiday for my family of 6. Maybe we can actually afford that this year. That would be awesome. So that's what we're talking about here. So I want to give you a few tips into some things that I've learned about commitment, this superpower that's going to turbocharge your journey towards building a great online side business, even if you are a complete beginner. And honestly, that's kind of the audience that I want to reach today. This channel is all about helping people who are beginning their journey in building side income, online side income streams. So if you're a beginner, be encouraged. I believe that there's great things ahead for you. So here's a few thoughts around commitment. Number one, actually everyone is committed. I think we all have the power of commitment in our life. It's just a question of, what are you committed to? Some people are committed to smoking every day. I would say that's an unwise commitment. Some people are committed to sleeping late every day and sleeping in. Some people are committed to watching a whole Netflix series back to back over the weekend. Well, hey, if you're committed to these types of things, they're not going to build your life. Commitment, it's putting rocket fuel behind something. Well, if you want to put that behind your Netflix subscription, that's fine. I'm sure Netflix are very grateful, but it's not going to help you to go to that next level in your life financially. It's not going to help you go to that next level in your life with your skills. And I just think the question is, hey, you all have commitment, but where is your commitment? That's the real question. And I want to encourage you to commit to the right things. Get out of those commitment to poor habits. Your commitments are either breaking your dreams or they're building your dreams. You're either working towards it or not. So I want to encourage you to get committed to the right things. You actually are committed. Don't allow yourself to believe that you're just not a committed person. Oh, I've always been, I've always had itchy feet and once I start something, I move to the next thing. Yeah, that's not true. You're saying that you're actually committed to that. That is a commitment in and of itself. So yes, you are a committed person. You just need to change what you're committed to. So that's the second point, is you can be a committed person. Being a committed person is not just a gift that certain people have. It's not just a talent that this personality type has. It's a decision of what I'm committed to. So you don't have to be special to be committed. I'm a lot more committed now than I was. I'm a lot more committed to the right things now than I was, 15 years ago when I was in my early 20s. I wish I had that time back. I would have been committed to learning some of these skills, and I would be in a different position than I find myself in today. But hey, that's okay. I'm here. I'm 39. I'm 40 next year, and I don't know where you are at in your online business journey, but it doesn't matter. You can choose to be committed today because you actually are a committed person. It's just a choice. It's a decision of what you commit yourself to. So number 3, the key to becoming a committed person is really just having a strong why. You need a reason. You need a vision. You need a dream. You need a goal. Can I give you a real honest kind of example in my life? Maybe about 5 years ago, I saw myself in a family photo and I just looked overweight. Okay. And I wasn't like morbidly obese or anything like this, but I was just bigger than I wanted to be. Can anyone else identify with my situation here? And I looked at myself and I just thought, I just had young kids, right? Little babies in the house. And I thought, I don't want to be an overweight dad. And so I just decided I'm going to commit to learning about different ways to manage my weight. And I looked at a lot of different diets and all that kind of stuff and exercise and all that good stuff. And I came across intermittent fasting and I studied that and I learned more about that and I applied that to my life. And it was, it wasn't easy, but I learned about that and I think I lost about 18 to 20 kilos over the next year and a half of my life. And I've gained a little bit of that back, but I've kept most of that off and I've just been committed to that. So I had a strong why, but the why wasn't just, I want to look good. My why was, what kind of dad do I want my kids to see? That was the big reason. It was the vision of the kind of dad I wanted to be. And I wanted them to see a dad that cared about myself and a dad that worked hard and a dad that didn't make excuses. It was more so about that than the way I actually physically looked. And still to this day, I'm, like right now, to be honest, I've skipped breakfast and I've skipped lunch and I can't wait till dinner. I'm doing my intermittent fasting. I still have that as part of my lifestyle because of the kind of dad that I want to be. And I think that a strong why is going to help you to be committed. Why do you want to build a side business? I got my butt into gear because I started having kids. I was always interested in the idea of having a side business. I'd never had one, really. Kind of long story, but I dabbled, but I hadn't really jumped into building an actual business before. I'd only ever had jobs. I was an English teacher for many years in Japan and here in Hong Kong. And then I got to work full time for my church, which I was volunteering in before. But I'd held off from this building a side business because it's obviously hard. It's a new thing and you're out of your comfort zone and all those feelings that I'm sure that you can relate to if you've made it this far in this video. By the way, thank you. You can relate to that. But the thing that got my butt into gear was having kids. I had a why and I'm thinking, man, Hong Kong is an expensive city. And if we want to ever have holidays back to Australia to see my family and for them to get to know their grandparents and things like this, if I want to be able to afford a certain type of lifestyle for my kids, I'm going to have to do something about it. The why was everything. And that has become part of my vision. And that's what I want to speak to so strongly in this YouTube channel. Not for the people who want to work themselves to the bone and build an amazing business. I got nothing against that. That's fine. But I want to talk to the people who maybe the strong why for you is that you want to spend more time in your nonprofit or you want to spend more time with your wife and kids. And that is, you got to hold on to that why. You got to grab that why. And that's going to be the motivation that's going to help you to stay committed to that dream, to getting up a bit earlier and maybe putting in some extra work or maybe saying no to some social activities or whatever so that you can put some extra time into building a business that's going to ultimately free up your time. I'm not into the hustle culture type of thing where you just keep working and working and working. No, the goal of this channel is to talk through that kind of lifestyle of building a side income that can bring a few extra $1,000 a month to your family and it's going to be a blessing to you guys, and it's going to actually help you buy some of your freedom, buy some of your stress back, that you're not worried about your finances. But I'm telling you, you need a strong why. What's your why? Why don't you tell me in the comments if there's anyone there in these YouTube videos? Recently, I was so encouraged. My last video had over 200 views. Yes, hopefully one day I'll look back on that and think, oh, that's pathetic, 200 views. But to me, that was a real breakthrough that my video reached that many people. And I know that you're out there. I know that there's some people who share my values. So I want to encourage you, get committed to the right things, have a strong why, and I believe you're going to build an awesome side business because you just won't give up. You're committed to it. So why don't you check out the next video in this little kind of 2-part series that I want to really talk about this idea of being committed. So check out the next video. I'll post it somewhere here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.